Today we will be starting week 2, which is, this is what the cover looks like. This is what we will be doing first. So right now we are looking at units of time. This is what the clock looks like. The starting time is 3. 1 second elapses, so we are now at 3:01. 1 minute elapses, now we're at 3:01, but minutes, not seconds. Now, let's work through the first example. There are, how many minutes in 1 hour? There are 60 minutes in 1 hour. There are 60 seconds in a minute. So 60 minutes times 60 seconds is going to equal 3,600 seconds. So that means that there are 36 seconds in an hour. So 1 hour is 36 times as long as 1 second. Now we're going to be talking about the relationship between weeks and days. So up top here is weeks, and then right here is days. So for instance, as you can see, there are 7 units at the bottom, 1 at the top. Why? Because there's 7 days in just 1 week. So to shade 1 week, you gotta shade all the way to 7. Why? Because 7 days equals 1 week. Now, we're gonna compare the size of 1 week to the size of 1 day. There are 7 days in 1 week. So 1 week is 7 times as long as a day. Compare the length of a year to the length of a month. So now you can see there's 12 at the bottom, only 1 at the top. Why? Because there's 12 months in 1 year. So 1 year is 12 times as long as 1 year is 12 times as long as 1 month. 2 minutes equals, well, we know that 1 minute is 60 seconds. So 1 times 2 gives you 2. So what do you have to do? You have to do 60 times 2. Don't worry about your 0 right now. Just do 2 times 6, which is going to give you 12, and then you add your 0. So that's going to give you 120. 4 years, how many months? Well, we know 1 year equals 12. So now we have 4 years. 1 times what gives you 4? 1 times 4. So you're going to do 12 times 4. So we're going to do 12 times 4. So 4 years will give you 48 months. 3 years. Now you're going to compare if it's less than or more than 35 months. Okay? So you're going to do the same thing. 1 year, 12 months. Okay? So if we have our months, right here we're going to put 35. Okay, can you multiply anything to get to 12? Oh no, so we're going to start doing our multiples. 12 times 1 is 12. 12 times 2 is 24. 12 times 3 is 36. So then 3 years is equal to 36. So this is really 36 months, and this is 35. So what's bigger, 36 or 35? 36, correct? That's why you just gotta convert it. Now 2 days and 40 hours. Okay, so you gotta convert a little bit more. So for instance, in 1 day is 24 hours. Okay, so now to get to 2, to get a 2, you have to multiply by 2. So 24 times 2 is 48. So this is really 48. So what's bigger, 48 or 40? 48. So 1 week equals 168 hours. Number 8. Explain how you know that 9 minutes is less than 600 seconds. Okay, so we have to figure out how many seconds are in a minute. So we know 1 minute equals 60 seconds. Okay, so if now 9 minutes equals how much? So we're gonna do 60 times 9. So that's gonna be 540 seconds. Is that less than 600? Yes. I'm gonna say I know because 9 minutes equals 500 seconds. 540 seconds. Okay, I'm gonna set you up for number 9, but you're gonna do that one on your own. Apply. Football practice lasts 3 hours. The coach wants to spend an equal number of minutes on each of 4, I'm going to underline, that seems important, the 3 hours also, 4 different plays. How many minutes will the team spend on each play? Okay, so 1 hour equals 60 minutes. Okay, so we have 3 hours. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna do 60 times 3. That's the total number of minutes that you have. Then you have to divide that whole amount into 4. Okay? So whatever number you get here, you gotta then divide it by 4. Number 10. I'm going to set you up for that one as well. And then number 11 and 12, you're on your own. But please send me your answers so that I can check them. Martin's brother just turned 2 years old. What is his brother age in months? So 1 year equals 12 months. But he is 2 years. What are you going to do? You're going to multiply 12 times what? The daily assessment task. Kate's pet cat is 3 years old. How many months old is her cat? Okay, so we know 1 year equals 12 months. So, but we gotta know 3 years. We gotta multiply 3 times 12, which is gonna give us 36 months. Okay. Derek has visited his grandmother for 5 weeks, every summer for 6 years. How many days has he visited his grandparents? Okay, so if it's 5 weeks for 6 years, that means 5 times 6, he's visited for 30 weeks. How many days are in a week? 1 week equals 7. So now you gotta take 30 times 7, and that's gonna give you your answer. Number 15, Damien wants to study for 2 hours. He wants to spend an equal amount of minutes studying each of 3 different subjects. How many minutes will he spend studying each subject? Okay, so 1 hour equals 60 minutes. But he wants 3 different ones. Okay, but we have 2. So 60 times 2 is going to give us 120. Now you got to divide the 120 in 3 different parts. So 120 in 3. How many times does 3 go into 12? Let's do our multiples. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go 3, 6, 9, 12. Here we go. So it goes how many times? 4 times. Minus 12, we get a remainder of 0. You bring the 0 down. How many times can 3 go into 0? 0 times. So that is going to give us C. 7 days, 4 hours, 35 minutes. Michael is flying to Houston. How many minutes is that? Okay, so we already know our 35 minutes part. Now we gotta go, how many minutes are in 7 days and 4 hours? Let's do hours first. 1 hour equals 60 minutes. But we have 4 hours. So 60 times 4, which is gonna give us 240. So we gotta add, I'm gonna add it off here to the side, 240 plus 35. Now we gotta do 7 days. So 1 day equals 24 hours. But we have 7 days. So we gotta do 24 times 7, because that's how many hours are gonna be in 7 days. So that's gonna give us 28, 7 times 2, 14, plus 2, 168. So that's how many hours. But in 1 hour equals 60 minutes. So now we gotta multiply 168 times 60. Why? Because that's the number of minutes. Okay, so I'm not gonna worry about my 0 right now. I'm just gonna multiply it by 6, because this is a trailing 0. So 6 times 8, 48. I gotta add my 4. 6 times 6, 36, plus 4, 40. 6 times 1, 6, plus 4, 10. Now I worry about my 0 and I add it at the end. So now I'm going to add it. So after you add all your minutes, that's the number of minutes that you're gonna have. You guys are gonna complete this page, which is 567, completely on your own. 568, the lesson check, and this will be for a grade as well. Please submit it to your teacher.